What positions should the Chicago Bears be looking to draft in this year's NFL draft? What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports All back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. So if you're an NFL fan, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ton of content every single day, posting videos for you guys. So make sure you are staying tuned and locked in. And make sure you are following me on my social media links down below and on the screen for my Twitter, my Instagram. Reach out, do whatever it is you need to do on there. With that being said, let's talk about the players, or I should say the positions, the Bears should be looking at to draft in this year's draft. Now, we do know we are having the NFL draft. It is less than a month away. It is not being postponed. So for us sports fans out there, I mean, thank God this is still happening. And in the middle of this crisis where we don't have any other sports to watch, this is much needed. So there's going to be a ton of draft content coming out, folks. I'm going to be giving you guys a mock draft, going deeper into the actual players that the Bears and other teams should potentially look to draft. Certainly do a mock draft for the first round, but more rounds than that. So all of those videos are coming up. That's another reason why you guys should obviously say subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, I want to preview my draft content by just talking about the positions. Okay, now that free agency has pretty much been done, it's pretty much a wrap. The Bears have kind of exhausted all of their money in free agency. What are the positions now they should focus on in the NFL draft? And now, again, people say you should do BPA, right? Best player available. True. But certainly, if you are very talented at a position, more than likely teams aren't going to draft that position unless we're looking at a generational player, right? Somebody just falls into the lap, or it's just too good of a prospect to pass up. But again, how many times will that scenario happen? So with that being said, I'm working under the assumption that the Bears are obviously going to be looking to address the positions that we need that are a bit of a weakness. So first, let's take a look at the positions that we kind of filled in free agency, okay? So these are all of the players that we signed in free agency: Jimmy Graham, Nick Foles, Jordan Lucas, Artie Burns, Robert Quinn, Barkevious Mingo, and Germain Ifedi. Now, I'm going to go through each of these positions and mark down, again, if I feel like the Bears filled it well or if we still need to draft that position. So in the draft section, the draft column, you will see me list out all of the positions that we still need to address. So with that being said, let's get started. So if that is how free agency went and how we filled out those positions, and you know for a fact in the NFL draft, in this year's NFL draft, we are certainly going to be addressing the offensive line. We did not address it that well. Germain Ifedi is not the answer, and I'm putting right guard in here because obviously that's a position of need, but we'll definitely be drafting O-line. I can bet my money on that. Another position we will be, I believe, drafting and addressing is going to be cornerback. And I should say two positions in safety, because again, we don't have a starting cornerback or a safety yet opposite Eddie Jackson and Kyle Fuller. Okay, those are our two studs, but I'm saying opposite those guys. We don't have the starters. These are depth positions in Burns and Lucas, but I think the Bears could draft those two positions. I mentioned tight end. Again, Jimmy Graham is not the answer. Trey Burton is going to be back, but we could certainly draft another tight end. And then, again, not listed here because we didn't address it in free agency, but I do believe we will need a wide receiver, and we will draft a wide receiver, because behind Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller, we don't have a lot of proven talent. And even Anthony Miller, inconsistent, still young, a little bit up and down. We don't really have a known commodity at receiver besides Allen Robinson. So Allen Robinson goes down. I mean, knock on wood, hopefully he doesn't. You need a receiver. So the Bears could draft a receiver. And the same thing with running back. We have David Montgomery, but if he goes down, you've got Tariq Cohen and Ryan Nall. Like, really, you need more depth at that position. So certainly, I do believe that is a possibility. So again, this gives you a picture now of the positions that the Bears could be looking at in the NFL draft. I do believe for sure the Bears are going to draft offensive line. I have a pretty good idea that they're going to draft a defensive back, whether that's a corner or a safety or both. We will see. And I do believe they will draft a receiver. So I'm feeling pretty solid about these four positions. Obviously, the other two will be left to see, but I do feel pretty good about those positions. So just to give you an idea here of what the Bears could be looking at to draft in this year's draft position-wise. So hopefully that helped. And if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.